Hi, you guys. This is Nina. Please like, share, and subscribe. I can be found on Twitter at Love Radio 44132. Also, my podcast is on anchor.fm /88. And don't forget to donate on Cash App. My tag is money symbol Nina 44132. Help me continue to grow this channel. I love to hear your opinions and please subscribe. We are building a community on this channel and I love you guys. We are going to talk about something I am literally about to go off on. Go off. This episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta that just aired, I literally had to compose myself. At this point, I don't even care if you guys think this is just made for TV drama, if it's fake, if it's scripted, if it's embellished. I'm going to tell you guys something. This episode, as saucy as it was, to some degree had to be true because you know what? I don't know what woman would stand up there and take the stuff that I saw tonight. And you know what? Let's just try to just get into it and just talk about this because this was just all the way crazy. First of all, Tanya Sam. Oh God, how can I even break this episode down? Tanya Sam is not a full-time housewife. She's like a friend of the show. Very beautiful. She's been with her boyfriend slash fiance slash I don't even know if they're married by now, husband for almost 20 years. I feel her pain. I do. And this is why, for several reasons. First of all, her bubbly personality, her love for everything. She tries to solve things. She tries to come off with class. I just feel like this show is breaking her down to a point where she just should not be on it. That's just the way I feel. I just feel like she is, the best way I can put it, endangering her own relationship by advertising it on this show, by allowing people to, show up to put 5 cents in on this show. Now, let me tell you guys why I am actually upset. I am actually upset because it was this cookie lady. They call her the cookie lady that stopped Kenya and Cynthia. And I believe that Candy may have had either been there or firsthand knowledge about this. Where the woman was like, okay, yeah, your husband, fiance, or whatever tried to hit on me at a club, followed me around, insisted I give him my number, but we didn't click, so it just stopped there. Kenya, with her messy behind, invited her to a little brunch that they were having. Cynthia was there, Eva was there, and Tanya. And then all of a sudden, the cookie lady come in after Kenya caught herself going off on Tanya, which is another episode. I was appalled by this. First of all, Kenya, take care of your own house before you try to clean up somebody else's. I'm just going to be honest. I love you. Your child is adorable, but let's just keep it 100%. No cap, as they say it. Kenya, you're like beautifully going on 50. Beautiful. If you ain't figured out yourself by now, I don't even know if there's any hope for you. Don't stick your nose in somebody else's marriage and you ain't got your own stuff together. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to speak facts. Now, getting back to this melee, the cookie lady showed up after Kenya and Tanya got into it. Tanya did not seem to be really in for the drama. She actually handled it very classy. I'll at least give that much to her. But I just felt that the whole segment itself was shocking, sad, and ridiculous. I felt like Tanya was pretty much set up for this. And I'm not saying that her husband did nothing wrong, but all I'm saying is that Tanya, watch your back. Girl, if you believe your relationship is worth more than the show, get out now. Period. Now let's just move to this next hot mess. Cynthia and Mike. Oh my God. I just can't. I can't. I can't. Look, again. Look, let me just try to break this down. I am so upset by this, guys. You guys, I am so upset. I just don't know what to say. I feel like this is Cynthia's lowest moment in this entire show. And let me back up and explain why. Okay, I was trying to make facts of this before I made this podcast. Apparently, Steve Harvey knew Mike Hill. Mike Hill is a sportscaster. Steve Harvey kind of like, set them up kinda. They hit it off. They get along. They are very charming, beautiful, sexy, everything. I actually like to see them together. They have energy. They have, they have relationship goals. Okay? They have relationship goals from the outside looking in. And honestly, after this episode, I was so turned off by Mike. I went back to thinking about, I'm sorry for this slide. I went back to thinking about how successful, beautiful, independent women, especially black women and other minorities, find themselves so caught up with, excuse me for saying, people that ain't got themselves together. I'm not gonna all and out call him what I really want to call him, but women out there, you kind of know what I want to call him. And I'm trying not to go there just yet, but this relationship is a disaster. The writing is on the wall. And this is why. I am not going to show what happened in the episode. I'm going to describe it to you guys. Cynthia flew out to LA to meet Mike. She had 2 weeks to spend with him. This is after they got engaged. It seemed like it started off good, all his love, hugs, and kisses at the door. But when Mike was throwing this party, this get together, he harped on the fact that all his friends are women. And you know what? I didn't even care that his women. And see, this is where people fail to realize. It didn't matter that his women fit the society notion of what a beautiful woman is. Because quite frankly, Everyone is a beautiful woman. Let's just put it right there, right now. Period. I didn't care that those women were size zero, fit the definition of what people decipher being beautiful. And I say that very loosely, European features, size 0 to 2, long hair. There were a couple of women in there that, were like a little chunkier. But what I'm saying is, Mike is engaged to a supermodel, brown skin, extremely beautiful black woman. Why was this even aired on Bravo? Why does Mike have these women? And then after the party, when they had to go in the back, Mike had to go console Cynthia and I believe her daughter. And I might have to watch this episode again, so I'm just going to say allegedly. But I was actually hurt that Mike thought this was a good idea. That Bravo thought this was a good idea. Again, I would have tried to excuse Mike if he was some 22-year-old rapper. If Mike was somebody that literally was so young and not fully mature, he didn't understand what he was doing. But Mike Hill, come on. You just did all this BS to get engaged to Cynthia, preying on her feelings, preying on her loneliness. And honestly, I'm going to tell you something. This might actually be the worst divorce ever, ever on Bravo. I was upset. I was hurt. Cynthia, if you're listening to this or your people, get a ironclad prenup. Put all of your money into your daughter. Put all of your money into Leon. Put all of your money into your charity work. Don't leave him a god darn nickel. Period. I was hurt. I could not imagine getting engaged to a man that would turn around and I'm at his house for 2 weeks and he want to invite like 12 of his closest female friends to his house. And okay, elephant in the room is 12 females actually know where he live at. Why do you not have male friends and you are a sportscaster that basically does like basketball, men, and football, men. So you spend all day talking about the football. Basically, you cover men's sports. You hang around men all day. And you're trying to tell me that you don't have any guy friends? And honestly, the 2, 3 guys that were there seem to be on the production crew. Then after the party, Cynthia and I believe her daughter or somebody had to go in the back room with you and they were in tears. You embarrassed the hell out of them. Hell. And like I said, I want to go further with my words. But this is for YouTube. I'm going to say this. Dear Cynthia, he is not worth your time. This was the most embarrassing episode I've ever seen. I have been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta since season 1, episode 1. This had to be the most embarrassing show I've ever seen a fiance slash husband do with his girlfriend. This was nasty. I thought that the Kenya drama was going to be like the carrying drama for the episode. No. Mike Hill, you devastated me. You blew me away. Somehow, some part of me hoped you were that shining slipper for Cynthia. Somewhere in me, I wanted you to show people that you can go through a lot in your life and you can be happy. But I guess after you confess in your book, and this is not alleged, this came out of Cynthia and Mike's mouth, that he was married twice before, and I didn't know about this, and lost both wives because he was cheating. But you invite your fiance to your house and bring 12 of your favorite female friends with you. What part of the game is this? Somebody please explain this to me. And then this aired, this is the last new episode before Valentine's Day. Are you serious, Bravo? Are you serious? I could not believe the effery. Fill in the blank. Effery. I could not believe it. Cynthia, if you marry him, girl, look, you know what? Cynthia, don't marry him. He's writing a book saying you're going to be his third wife. He lost his previous wives because he cheated. Then you're engaged. You come to his house for a 2-week stretch. And the best he can do is invite all these women to his apartment that apparently know where he live at. So you can meet them. And you know what? I don't even care how they looked. Because honestly, as Arnold Schwarzenegger showed us, a woman don't have to be a size 0 for you to have a kid by them. And lurk in the shadows until SHIT hit the fan. Real Housewives of Atlanta, this episode was eye-opening, trifling, sad. It was also something as a red flag warning to women that are vulnerable, looking for love, wanting love, needing love. Guess what? Cynthia, if your heart is telling you to go ahead and just marry this man anyway, you know what, boo boo? I love you and I've been here since you aired on Bravo from day one. At least have a ironclad prenup. So at least if this BS from this guy, and I'm not even a fan of his anymore. He is you know what? He's not almost as worse as Portia's supposed husband or fiance. He is worse. Mike Hill is the worst matchup I've seen on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. He might as well be good friends with anybody that Kenya was with, including that guy Walter. Walter, that's his damn name. Mike Hill actually beats out Walter. This is just completely sad. It diminishes love. It diminishes women that are just, it's just, you know what? It don't matter how you look. It don't matter how much you make. It don't matter. You still attract people like this. Ladies, you know what? I hate to say it. It don't even matter what we do at this point. I had, look, when they first hooked up, Mike and Cynthia, when they first hooked up, I was so in love with seeing them in love. I just was in love with seeing it. She deserves to be happy. And then he came on the scene. And you know what? After this episode aired tonight, I was just shocked. I was sad. I couldn't believe it. You know, was probably the this was probably the worst episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta I've ever seen. But then again, I guess they had to air it because you know what? This was simply what happens in the real world. So I can't knock them for showing that. But again, I'm appalled. And those are my thoughts of Andy Cohen. You know, this was a hot, messy ass night. That's my opinion. I am so frustrated by this. I really thought that this was the golden couple. Like, share, and subscribe. I would love to hear you guys' opinions. Please, I want to hear you about your relationships. I want to hear about how did you feel seeing this? I want to know, am I the only person that saw this? Let me know how you felt. This was the craziest episode I've ever seen. And you know what? To add to the craziness, to leave you on this thought, I can't even blame this drama on Kenya. I'm going to leave you guys on that note. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share your stories. I would like to know how you felt seeing this and your opinion. Until the next episode, happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy your night.